Has your email account been hacked? Everyone's at risk of hacking, and in this session we're going to look at telltale signs that your account has been hacked. How did this happen? Now that you know your account is hacked, what can you do to regain control of your account? And what are some of the tips to prevent this from happening again? You might suspect your account has been hacked, but what are some of the signs that can help you confirm it? Firstly, when you're trying to log in, if your username and password aren't recognized, that's a strong indicator. When hackers gain control of your account, they will often change your password. But maybe you just forgot your password or changed it recently and can't recall changing it. That happens to all of us. The next natural action will be for you to reset your password, which will often require you to correctly answer one or more security questions. Questions like, what was the name of the street you grew up on? Or, what is your mother's maiden name? If the answers to your security questions aren't recognized, or if the questions themselves have changed, that's another strong indicator that your account has been compromised. Finally, if you are able to trigger a password recovery to your secondary email account, but that email address has changed, that is a very strong indicator that your account has been hacked. You'll notice that all the indicators are pieces of information that you've provided to set up your email account, but what you think they are and what your provider thinks they are don't match. This suggests that someone else may have compromised your account and has altered some of those settings. But how could this have happened? You could have been the victim of a phishing attack. Phishing is when a malicious website sends you an email pretending to be a genuine website, say Facebook or Amazon. Perhaps the email will ironically tell you that your account has been compromised and you will need to click on a link to regain access to your account. This link will seem to send you to the genuine website, but actually that website is hosted by the malicious party, and the website is only made to look very similar to the genuine website. Then you will attempt to log in order to regain access to your account, but in the process, given your username and password to the hacker. A fake site is similar to a phishing attempt, but rather than coming through email, you might see an ad that tells you that your hard drive needs to be cleaned, or perhaps that you won a lottery. You might click through and either the site looks like a legitimate site, much like in a phishing attack, or you might create a new account with that fake site, but perhaps using your email address and the same password. And you've just given the fake site your login credentials. Most sites are benevolent and store your passwords in encrypted formats, such as a hash, but malicious sites may store your password in free text, which means they can just read it just as easy as the slides on the screen, and either conduct a hacking attempt themselves, or sell your username and password to someone else who could stage an attack. Another possibility is that the database behind one of the websites that you're a member of has been attacked by a hacker, and they obtained access to the username and passwords in that database. Perhaps they even went and reset the passwords themselves. Social engineering can be similar to phishing, except that it's offline, through the phone or other channels. So say you receive a phone call from someone claiming to work for a company whose service you use. They may offer you a special sales deal, or maybe they say you have a refund owing to you, but they need to verify your personal details in order to be able to make the payment for the refund. They may ask you for your username and password to prove that you own your account, but in the process, you're giving the game away. Some of these social engineers can be very convincing, so even if you're on the ball and looking out for the tips, you could still fall for their tactics. Another type of social engineering is when the hacker looks through your online presence, including social media and blogs, to try to find out enough about you to be able to successfully answer any security questions and to take control of your account, effectively by making educated guesses about you. Even another type of social engineering is where a hacker may contact your provider pretending to be you. They may have gained enough details about you to be convincing enough to the customer service person that the CSR will then reset your password, granting access directly to the hacker. Hackers are constantly coming up with new ways to gain unauthorized access to systems and websites, and these are just a few of the ways that malicious users could gain unauthorized access to your accounts. Okay, so now that you know your account has been hacked, and you want to regain control of your account as soon as possible, how do you fix it? Firstly, you need to recover access to your account. This will usually be through some kind of out-of-band communication, for example through the Report Malicious Activity link on their website, or maybe you need to call them on the phone. Different providers and different websites will offer different recovery methods. Don't give up. Keep working with your provider. If they aren't able to immediately recover your access, at the very least, they should be able to suspend all access to your account, so that even if you can't access your account, a malicious user can't either. Finally, if you've recovered access to your account, change your password at any other sites where you use the same password. So now that you've gone through this ordeal once, you certainly don't want to be going through it again. What can you do to prevent your accounts from becoming compromised again? The first and most valuable tip is to use a unique password for each and every online service you use. This might seem a bit overkill, but if you want security, that's what you need to do. A scaled back version would be to ensure that at the very least, each of your email accounts uses its own unique password. Often websites will use email as a primary method to recover lost passwords, so your problem is going to be much smaller if you've got control of your email at all times. Consider setting up second factor authentication where this is available. For example, using SMS on your mobile phone as a second password to prove you are who you say you are. You may also have the ability to opt in to email or SMS alerts when sensitive account details change, such as your username or password. While that may not prevent malicious users from compromising your account, at least you'll know much sooner if they do, so you can do something about it. And finally, be web aware. Take special care and be critical of any unsolicited email or phone calls. Be aware of phishing attempts, fake sites, and attempts at social engineering. That brings us to the end of this session, where we explored ways to identify when your account has been compromised, what may have caused this to happen, what you can do to recover access to your account, and some tips for preventing it from happening again. Hopefully you found this session useful.